Yo, Nothing Normal Podcast. It's your host, Spinks. Back at you with another episode, man. Frederico, hey, I got my boy Ray, man. I say the same shit every episode. It's a special episode. Every time I'm in front of this camera, I know it's an occasion for me. This kid right here, man. I ain't gonna hear man now, but I known him since he was a kid, so I can still call him a kid. But we got a lot of history. CEO of the Pound.
You know what I'm saying?
Basketball legend in our community. Took his show on the road, came back. He did what he wanted to do, basically, on that basketball court. And this guy's a walking algorithm, man. I got a lot of love for this brother here, so I'm going to let him introduce himself. Who we got to the left, man? What's going on? Let me shake your hand first. Yeah, come on, bro. We got my boy Lil over there in the cut, too. He's too cool for school. He's sitting back lounging. What's up, brother? Who we got with us?
You know, it's your boy Frederico, Big Greenberg. 90 Manhattan to be exact.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? CEO of the Pound.
Let's get it.
The hottest ticket in town, man.
The hottest ticket in town. Yeah, I know that season is approaching, so I got him at the right time. You know, it's spring. It's about 59 degrees outside.
It's about to start heating up.
It's about to start getting heating up, so we can get the show on the road now. Let them know what's going on. This shit blinded me from my peripheral,
you know
too. Damn, where you get that from?
I had to Ferris, you know what I'm saying? Ferris World Bowl 2022 champs.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Something like, I know they gunning for us this summer coming up, but it ain't nothing we can't
Hey,
handle.
I was just watching Power book season. You watch Power?
Yeah.
You saw what Noma did, man. Don't do my boy like Noma, cut his hand off and take the ring, man. That's gonna come with extreme penalties, man. I'm the referee, man. So don't know my boy, but as y'all know here, we don't like to just open the book and go to page 50 or go to the middle chapter. We like to start from the beginning. So I know him, so a lot of things I know the answer to, but a lot of things I don't. You'd be surprised how many dimensions a person has. People that you know for years, they got other sides to them, good and bad. We're gonna focus on the positive. But okay, so you said you're from 90 Manhattan, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Apartment 5E.
5E, my boy. Now, you got any siblings?
Yeah, I got three sisters. I'm the only boy.
Only boy. And are you the youngest at all?
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
I'm
the youngest, but I'm the big brother, though.
Yeah, that's the big bro. So he was spoiled.
Yeah.
What was your upbringing like as far as your household situation? I know your mom, your pops, step pops. How was that? How was life growing up?
I mean, my mom and my biological father, they split up when I was like probably 3 or 4.
Right.
And I lived with my pops. So I tried living with my mom's. Too strict.
I went through it too. That's how I ended up back in New York, bro. If me and my moms was on one accord, some of y'all would have probably never met me. That's the whole. So we moved to Maryland early. I was like 8 years old. So
I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. Came back to Greenberg. My mom's moved to Mount Vernon. She ended up meeting my step pops, and my step pops been in my life since I was like 5 or 6.
Shout out to him.
You know what I'm saying?
Step pops too, man.
New York City streetball legend Mo Black.
Shout out to Mo Black.
You know what I'm saying? So basically
legend.
Word. He a legend, especially in New York City, and my pops, he's a legend out here. Went to the NFL from White Plains. Ooh. And all of that. So the pressure was crazy growing up. Yeah. No matter which route I went, whether it was football or basketball, it didn't even matter. I was somebody's son, and I had to live up to that shit.
Absolutely. And his mom's, if you know her too, she got a lot of energy. Yeah. She's not playing. Freddie is not playing with a soul, especially when it's about her baby boy.
That's a fact.
But I heard you say something interesting. Your pops is from White Plains, man. Where's your pops from in White Plains?
He from Winbrook. He from the projects.
So look, man, all Pound haters, naysayers. Listen, man, if he want to go to Royal Scarlet and get the Pound joint up there, he got some Winbrook blood, some Winbrook blood in him, man. His pops from over there. Come on, show stop acting like you was playing with my boy, man.
Even with that, growing up when shit was active.
Yeah, big time, especially for your generation.
Yeah,
y'all seen a lot.
We was like the last of the dying breed. So it was like I would get away with a few things because my pops lived over there. He from over there, so I can get a pass every now and then. But I definitely got a little bit of blood in me from there. But GB is where it's at though.
That's where it's hard.
That's where the heart is at. That's where the foundation was laid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
good times, man. Looking up to y'all was good times.
This generation here was the last disrespectful generation. I could say like more than half of the kids his age had the nerve they would talk to me crazy. And at this time, I'm 14, 15, they like 9, 10, you know, them type of ages, and yeah, them little motherfuckers would run up on me and, what up? It was a special group. See, back then in the town, you know, it was a lot of natives. You know, now it's a lot of Brother Falams and MC Cheesesteak. So them connections is not really there. But I had a lot of connection with the youth his age. Shout out to all of them guys. I don't want to get the naming guys, because I don't want to miss nobody, but they had a very
RGB. You know
RGB. See, yeah, see, a lot of y'all don't even know what that means. We ain't even gonna talk too much about that on camera. But shout out to that. So me knowing you in sports your whole life, football, basketball, you accomplished a lot. Who introduced you to playing sports? You said your father was in the NFL, so of course that's your football connection. Mo Black.
Mo Black, I think, is the one who introduced me to ball.
Basketball, really?
You know, just at a young age,
right.
You know, he playing at Rucker, you know, I'm there.
Yeah.
And that's when Rucker was the
He wasn't even there.
Rucker was like, you know, at the time he playing for Terror Squad. Yeah. So, you know, Fat Joe used to call the crib, all type of shit looking for him. You know, like that was a crazy time. And once I seen Stephon Marbury walking Rucker, and they made me and my moms hold his chains and all that shit on the end of the bench as security.
I don't even know who Stephon
surround us.
is. I gotta know what's going on. If you're a fan of, you know, the Sebastian Telfair's, then, you know, Offspring of that would be the Lance Stevensons. If you know these guys, you gotta know about Marbury.
Once I seen that, I was like, this is what I want to do.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Okay, and you know, our town, we got a lot of negative history with Rucker Park. You know, Rucker Park, you know, for our age bracket, got a little shaky. So anytime I hear a story of somebody having a successful appearance down there, like with the team 914, shout out to Flirt. You know, I'm just speaking for the town. Shout out to the whole, you know, team 914. But it's positivity down there too. Them tournaments is legendary. And not to make it about Mo Black, but you know, Mo Black was on N1 mixtapes, man. I grew up watching Mo Black, Escalade, Ali Mo, skipped to my little hot sauce. Shout out to Hasim too, man. Y'all don't really know Hasim Nivens, he from the town. He was like him and my man N1 too.
Yeah. From
the building. They had some of the illest. That was on Inspired.
Haas was the only nigga in the hood that had the whole rack every N1 mixtape ever.
And used to and could mimic some of those moves. Like, you know, I used to see him at Kitty. They used to spend man hours up there just, you know, perfecting that. And to me, that was art. Because, you know, now he translated that over to dance. He was just always expressing himself with sports.
But nah, yeah, like, you know, even shout out Kirk too, you know, Flirt.
Shout out to Flirt. That's a legend.
You know what I'm saying? Like him during that time, we was in high school when 914 was winning at Dykeman and Rucker. Right. That shit turned us, the young ones, into animals. Yeah, like we was like, nah, yeah, we gotta mirror that. We gotta be just like them.
One thing about like Greenberg teams, each era, none of them teams is just really soft. That's we breed. I'm talking figuratively. We breed killers over here. Like, you know, we might not always win everything, but we breed as far as, you know, being tough and not folding and giving it our all. We be known for that. Yep. So I want to shout out to that. So at some point, you got a Bronx connection too. And what a lot of people don't know about me is, you know, my heritage is out of the Bronx. Like, our Greenberg chapter don't really start to my mom and uncle. My grandparents are from Melrose. So I'm pretty sure I got a lot of relatives that probably know, you know, Mo Black, a lot of your family from over there. And I know you got a Bronx connection too. And, you know, you went to Rice, and let us know about that experience.
So I grew up in
different schools.
So like I was back and forth from Greenberg to the Bronx. In the Bronx, I was in Throgs Neck Projects. So I was just really back and forth a lot. That was the biggest eye opener of my life.
You been in jail?
Nah.
God bless them. Throgs Neck, if you came from up out of there, that's
that basketball shit. That basketball shit kept me away from a lot in the nick of time. But now, growing up out there, that was the reality check. Right. You always tell people, you know, that balance between GB and the Bronx is what helped mold me into the person I am. So, you know, I'm a half a city nigga too. So it's like,
he used to get on that. He get on, you know, he got waves and pretty hair. So he'll come back to the town on his Bronx shit like, oh, he don't want to be in the layup line.
You know what I'm saying?
He don't want to warm up. He was one of the, he was light-skinned guys. He was definitely coming back like he was Cardi or something. You know, I remember, but, you know, one thing I can say is he was coming back killing shit, you know? Because one thing I can say is, the city's the mecca for basketball. Nothing against Westchester, but shout out to Tails too.
Yep, hell yeah. He was the one.
To me, Tails is in our generation. Period. It might not show it on paper as far as statistics and resume, but as far as just overall history, like Tails was the nicest guy in the town. I put him above everybody. As far as our generation,
especially when he was at Step with Tony Taylor.
Especially when he was at Step, and even before that, because like you gotta understand, shout out to Tony and those guys. Those guys are a little bit younger than Tails. So when they was coming through the center, Tails, he was the guy. They was on their way to becoming that guy, and then end up ascending 10,000. The altitude they soared high. But as far as that, one thing I learned from watching his basketball career is you got to go to the city. Cause shout out to Benji, shout out to Hassan, Frankie, all the coaches too. But guys was bringing them guys to the city. Everybody from the 914 they was folding. Some of y'all was playing freeze tag down there. I seen it. Tails was down there holding it down with a few others. And it's for his generation, him too. Y'all had a legendary Dykeman squad. UP. Paris, Josh,
James.
Was Dink on that team?
Dink played with us too.
Dre,
we even had, what's crazy about that team? I tell the kids this story all the time. Those was the guys that was older, like me, Dink, Josh, Paris. But the youngins we had, Jordan Tucker, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan was a beast too.
I
used to see him playing in the center too all the time. Donovan was that guy. He was cool.
You know what I'm saying? So like it was just like that whole thing. That's why I tell people all the time, culture is it's infectious.
Yeah.
What you see growing up, you wanna be that sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, Donovan being around us, Jordan Tucker being around us, certain things made them, it pushed them.
Yeah, because it's the difference between skills. Skill is great, being in shape is great, but some stuff you just can't teach. So one thing I can say about that group, as nice as you was, if you're trying to avoid contact, don't come to the center. Go to Dad's Club.
Yeah, go to this New York Sports Club.
Yeah, go over there, stuff like that, where they're gonna let you get away with that. So it's safe to say, Jordan and those guys, they probably built a tough exterior coming through those. Did y'all won a championship up there before, right? No, in Portchester.
In Portchester.
Was that with Benji? Did y'all win?
Nah, we won, but I played for Rodney Abrams.
Okay, shout out to Rodney.
So
legend of the team.
I played for Tony Lopez and them.
Okay, so shout out to Tony, man. Hey, we got a funny story about Lopez. Shout out to Ice, man. Yo, 05 Center, it almost turned into it was like
the Palace and the Palace.
Yeah, it almost got nasty work, man. Shout out to the Lopez family. I got a lot of love for them guys. Shay, Tone.
We won CYP with them. CYP, for those that don't know, CYP is one of the most legendary spring tournaments in
Westchester.
Ever. You know what I'm saying? So to win that, I think that until we won Ferris, that was my favorite championship I ever won. Because, you got dudes like Kyrie Irving and them losing in the first round at that shit.
That's deep.
So, when we won that shit, I was like, I'm on. And then I was in the newspaper the next day, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Yo, bro. Don't let Heavy D over here fool you. This was DeMarcus Cut. This boy, he been nice his whole entire. He was baking me when he was like 14. And listen, I ain't nobody, but damn, baking me? Baked me so bad, I almost knocked this man out. It was that bad. I said, damn, the boy been nice. And, it's very important. Me, I'm a very calculated and detailed individual. I remember prime days, going to the center, watching, the Spencer Ingrams, the Rashad Bilals. See, it would be like Mikey McDonald would have a team, Kev Edgar would have a team, Head would have a team. Haas, I don't know with the men's league, if Hassan Bilal, I believe so. He might have been on the roster as far as coaching with Mike, but there was some legendary moments. Like I remember, shout out to my man Lenny, man. I remember when Gary came down and flushed it. It's moments like that, me being a kid, watching that, it shaped me. And I could say him, he was right there too, just at a younger age. So watching us and he remembered the town at them times, whereas though a lot of people don't even know the history. I could say he's a student of the history. And it shows. So by the time he was in high school, he was winning championships with us when Spencer was coaching. Shout out to Spencer. It was me, you. I wasn't, my contribution, I'm gonna take my name out. Once he came, my contribution lessened and lessened.
Andre Pope,
Ice, Kurt, You,
Brandon
me,
Weldon.
Brandon Weldon. Was Najee with us?
Najee
Forte. Beast.
Lennon, the twins was with us too.
Oh yeah, Lamont Linares. Shout out to them. That was a pounding. And we
it was crazy because that time when we won that,
2010.
Josh and me was sophomores and juniors in high school, and we won the men's league. We beat Brick House in the Peekskill.
It was torn. Yeah, I remember that. Woodlands gym was hot as hell, and I don't even think I got in that game.
No, we had a war that game. That shit was.
I couldn't even get in. If I would have got in, we'd have lost. They would have found me, airball brick, and then I'd been ready to get on my round on test shit.
No, yeah, I think for me that was a defining moment as a player for me because the confidence level I got after that. Me and Kurt got co-MVP for the chip, so it was like. I was like, damn, I'm playing with these niggas. I'm doing something. Yeah,
that meant something because we even spoke about that. It's one of those moments where you realize, I think Yoda felt like that when he looked at Luke Skywalker, like we got a Jedi on our hands. Like that tournament that year, it was like the boy nice.
Me and Josh, shout out Josh.
Shout out to Josh. Josh,
what I'm saying?
He had it. That's my boy.
We was like the last two from the hood to go to school on scholarships.
Ooh.
For college basketball.
That's the statistic that the town need to write down. Not who, knocked the most people out, shot the most people, sold the most drugs. Who's the last people to go to school on some sort of scholarship? That's ill.
Like on the boys' side, because the girls' side.
The girls they killing it. Shout out to the
Angela Page.
Starts with A. Well, if you want to go in history, rest in peace, Aunt Jack.
Yeah.
Patricia Potts, you hear about the Seenies. Shout out to all of them. They was stellar ballers. And I'm pretty sure there's there's definitely a lot more. But as far as my recollection, A. Pace. Right after her, Portia Postel, right after her, Monty. Right after that, Tisha. You see how everything just falls down. It's amazing. And the boys. I think it's more girls up there with 1,000 points than boys.
No, it is. The girls' basketball at Woodlands is crazy. Even when I was there.
All D1s. Robert Morris, A. Pace, Portia, Kentucky. Amani, Georgia Tech, and Tisha, Syracuse. Come on, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So we had every day in school, we was not battling just with ourselves, with the girls' team. The girls' team beat somebody and then we lose, they cut our ass all day in school, shit like that. But nah, it was a war. We had pride back then.
Big time.
We had pride to be from Woodlands, be from Greenburgh. That was the thing. That shit made me come back. When they won in 2010, that's when I left Rice.
So I was gonna get into that. So what was it? Because now Rice, they shut Rice down. If I'm not mistaken. Because Rice was almost like, it was like Rikers. I think it's like Rice / Rikers, but they were just good at sports.
Yeah, see, the thing is, ugly. People think, it's a Catholic school. We in there praying all day and shit. Nah, that shit. Rice was probably the worst school I ever been to.
Yeah, the private schools be worse than because at least Woodlands, Woodlands was set up. We had that shit set up like Fortnite. So you play with one of us, somebody in every grade, some every grade gonna jump on, gonna get on your ass. These schools right here, this is people from all over New York.
That's when I learned, play the bathroom. Yeah. Shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
Bathroom. See, Woodlands, not a lot of guys want to play the bathroom. I didn't get that experience too much in Woodlands. And none of the guys, I can speak for all the guys, because all the guys went to Woodlands at some point, whether middle school, ain't too many people playing
just before the World Star was out, we wasn't doing it for the camera and all of that. We was like, let's play the bathroom, you get your one on.
Absolutely.
And then you leave, go back
Shake
to class,
off,
and nothing happened.
Reposition your tie.
I tell kids all the time, I see kids in school, they cut in gym class, we couldn't cut gym class at Rice because Mo Hicks was the gym teacher.
Okay,
the varsity coach was the gym teacher.
Yeah, so you can't even not playing.
Our gym period wasn't, steal a bacon and shit. It was practice. We had to work out. Yeah. Go back to third period sweaty.
Right.
It was crazy.
And then shout out to our coaches back then too, because our coaches was tougher. It was a lot more tough. And they got a chance to really, talk to us and deal with us the way we needed, because we was hard-headed. So all of that soft approach and well-mannered, sit here, let's talk it out. No, you got a coach Lee who's gonna dig in your ass, Benji, a Haas, rest in peace to Frankie, rest in peace Boston. They're not gonna play with you. They're not gonna sell you no dreams. They're not gonna try to make you feel good. They're gonna tell you exactly what it is in order for you to get better. And a lot of times, what I see kids today is you can't really tell them anything is wrong. No. They want to be Mr. Perfect.
And then it's also the microwave era. They want everything quick.
Yeah, it's no preparation. Yeah, no preparation. So it's like season that game, girl. Yeah. It's season, man. Yeah, man. Don't be salty. Less salt or seasoning, baby.
Yeah, so Boston was, I think, for us.
Yeah, for y'all, especially y'all age bracket.
Our age, he was the one bringing us to the city and all the Nike swoosh in the Bronx, all like hoops in the river, all of that. He was the one. And when he died, that shit hurt us because it was like, man. I think that's when the void started to happen. Especially in Greenberg for young ball players. Right. When Boston died, the kids stopped going to the city.
That's crazy.
They wasn't doing none of that no more.
Well, also, too, and no disrespect to it, like I said, man, this might offend my political connects, in the words my man Hove, but, back in them days with the center, at least to my recollection, you had active community members, Hopeton. So I never got a chance to meet Theodore himself. That's before my time. I was born in 89, not 29. But, Hopeton, I remember Bland, even Bill Carter, his feet was on the lane. He got a background. And listen, shout out to Dave Regina. He did a lot for me. He does a lot for me to this day if I need anything from him. So I'm going to leave him out of this. But, the center has become more, it's been less it's been patronized. It's turned into a business. I remember back in the days, we got out of school, we went straight to this, and a lot of us didn't have computers. I'm saying we made our MySpaces at the center.
That's a fact.
And back then I wasn't really playing ball, but you had ping pong. It was all the drug dealers, the gangsters, everybody played on the gym. And before you couldn't even play full court. I remember when guys was jumping off the side, dunking on the side, jumping off the walls.
Skating,
everything. There was always something for us to do at the community center. So I just feel like these generations now don't really have it. You get guys like Boston who came out here and really cared. You got guys like Frankie who knows everybody's family. You got he died in 06. Y'all was kids.
Yeah.
You got guys like, it was a different feel. The staff was homegrown. It was really people who know what we need rather than turning into
even, speaking of Frankie, even when they used to have the Frankie Williams Classic at the center.
Shout out to my son, Mom. She's selling it at that joint. You did terrible, by the way. Nah, I'm fucking with you. No, I'm fucking with you, y'all. She did good. That was 09. Yeah. That was the epic moment. That was Dante, Lance Stevenson, Duran Scott, Kimball Walker going to war.
Crazy.
Come on, man. We don't get that. We don't really get those times. I can honestly say P and them when they won the chip in the center against Meach and them. Was that against Meach? Did they beat Meach and them in the chip a few years back in the center?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. That gave me some of them vibes, but it'd never be like what it was back in the days, like when Truck banged on my boy. I ain't gonna put your name out there. I'm bringing up these events just for the energy, man. The energy of the town, the algorithm was just high.
I mean, it's all right. We're gonna restore the feeling.
Yeah, please do. I don't even think this fish sandwiches. I don't even think center no Giants fest like that. It's like the centers. You can barely. I love Miss Ben, but I go in there. I feel like I'm going to the World Trade Center. It's like, man, I walk through the joint, get screen. Like, I've been coming to the center. I've been Lois Brown since I was 3-4 years old.
Where your Greenberg card at?
Yeah, what's going on? My Greenberg card. Watch out, man.
Yeah.
But we did a lot for the community. But back to you, I can honestly say like you had became everything that I'm starting to see that these kids need. I'm gonna be the first to give you your flowers with that. Like you remind me of like a Haas. It's one thing about Haas. Haas overstood early that you got to move around. Playing at home there's different pressures because playing at home, you got a lot of judgment. People know you. It's a different pressure, but when you take the show on the road and pay guys home visits, that's very important. In college, it's away games and whole games. I feel like Haas's method, it prepared. And then in the city, they was nice. These guys they shoveling snow in the middle of their projects. They shoveling snow, I think, just to put shots up. Whereas we going to the center, it's warm in there. We got water fountains. So it's a different struggle in the city. So he knew that. And so did Benji. I ain't take that away from him. They overstood that. And they got these kids over there now. I'm seeing with him what he's done with the pound, and you do pound runs.
Yeah, the pound runs it get
I was
vicious.
there. Don't come over there horse playing.
It get vicious in
if
there.
you ain't played ball in a while, that's not the day to start. That's not one of them. Oh yeah, boy, I ain't balling a little bit. Go to New York Sports Club. Shout out to my boy X. Go get up with X. Shout out to X because listen, for his X gotta be in the 60 now, putting on still to this day.
It's like the pound runs is just. We seen what Chris Brickley and them was doing down in the city, all on social media and stuff. And we said we wanted to do something for Westchester.
Right.
With mostly our dudes from Westchester.
Right.
So if you ain't get an invite to the pound runs, you got to reevaluate.
You gotta hit the lab.
You got to hit the lab.
Because now hitting the lab is motherfuckers be getting little 30-second clips for the gram, these little fake highlight tapes. It's like, gee, I gotta get back outside, man.
What you did in Leewood. C or D division don't really matter.
I was going to Leewood dropping 20. So, Ferris World Ball, don't even pass it up.
Ferris is different now too. The criteria is changing there too.
Yeah, big time. And we got to shout the pound out for that. Not saying we ain't going to take Ferris is a legendary tournament, especially for us, being from where we from. Because, on a technical side of things, Greenberg, Ferris, plays a big part, especially for me, man. Like Ferris was major for us. We couldn't wait to go to Ferris games growing up. For the right and wrong reasons. And last summer I got a chance to see the right reasons, the crowds, there was no violence. But before we jump into that, before we skip to the pound, I just want to talk about your Woodlands run. Like you said, you came back. Mm-hmm. One thing I could say, 09 was a hell of a time to be in the town. 09, 010, that basketball season. Arguably one of the most legendary basketball seasons I've ever witnessed.
Shout out my son Dede, my son Malik Atkins.
Shout out to them guys.
Shout out to them.
Who's the coach for that team? We had Coach Van Diver.
Yeah, y'all had Van Diver. Van Diver, when you was in high school, when I was in middle school, Van Diver was there. They had Murphy. Coach Murphy was there.
Shout out to Coach Murphy.
He came from Poughkeepsie.
Okay.
He was winning chips out there, doing his thing out there, and then he came to Woodlands. And I think that was his second year.
I think Mr. Smith lined it up because he was the athletic director.
He was the
principal now. But that was his doing. Shout out to them, man. Because when we was in school, I still feel like our basketball, excluding me, man. Like I'm not. I feel like if everybody would have stayed at Woodlands, certain guys like me, I definitely wouldn't have made the team. It was too much talent. You had too many people. Tails, Dante, Najee. Ate was at Woodlands. You had Britton, Pope. These old Greenberg guys.
Yeah, that's great. Now that you
see what I'm saying?
You putting it out there.
I wouldn't have made the team. No disrespect, me. Crazy. I'm only gonna speak for me, man. They say I be tweaking sometimes. I'm gonna keep it on the eye. I wouldn't have made that team, because it was too much talent. So I could honestly say, one thing I appreciated when these guys came back, I appreciate his time, and even when you get down to I would say the P, Abdullah, and Brandon era, it was homegrown. Like these guys, I remember P was in our basketball practice when he was a kid, this big, running around. So it wasn't no secret he was gonna be nice. And I always said if P had Rudolph's no freaky his brain, P I feel like would have been 1,000 times better than he already was. And P was amazing. Yep. I just feel like Rudolph knew how to play his role. Like, Rudolph wasn't really out there trying to be fancy. He's trying to do all of the little things. Yep. Not saying he wasn't capable, but that wasn't his thing. He played his role. P played his role, too, but P had more of a position. It was lit. Like, y'all get you, Dre. When did you graduate?
2012. So when I was
Reese.
Reese, Samar.
Shout out to Samar.
You know what I'm saying? So when we...
My boy.
So when I was at Rice, I'll never forget this day. I was ironing my clothes in the morning. We had to wear the khakis and shit like that. Yeah. I was ironing my clothes, and I looked up at News 12, and Woodlands had just won the championship. And I said, what the I said, Woodlands won the chips again? I said, what's up?
We always got their loss.
Yeah, I'm like, they won the chips. So, that was their first chip in 20 years. Yeah. So, that right there, I said, shit. My mind started clicking right there, I might want to go back home, because I heard, rumblings that Rice was going to shut down. So I was already shopping schools. I went on visits to Wings Academy in the Bronx, St. Anthony's in New Jersey. This crazy part is a lot of people don't know this. St. Anthony's in New Jersey at the time was #1 in the country. I already handed in my paperwork and everything to go there before I went to Williams. Went there, we paid the $500 deposit, all that shit. So we went to Boston, Tony Lopez.
Shout out to Tony.
Saw my mom, spoke, Tony Lopez, anybody that know him, he got the gift of gab.
Oh, yeah.
When he started talking, it's up, so.
He put his little hat on.
He started
got the slick back like he's Jewish.
He started talking, and then next thing you know, my mom was like, if you want to go back, you can go back.
Yeah.
So then I ended up coming back, and, the guys that was there the year before when they won the chip, that shit.
It was gone by the time you got there. It
was gone.
Some of them went, someone went to jail, someone went from the chip to the island.
Yeah, that's right.
It was different back then,
that's
man.
Guys
were just talented. Go ahead.
So, then when he came in, I brought my little mans with me, Justin, the little short point guard from the city.
Yeah, he was good, Brad. He came with you.
Yeah,
okay, makes sense
all
now.
that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then I had, we had another guard, Sip from Mount Vernon, who's like the big homie to like Meech and all of that.
Right.
Like, they watched
Shout out to Meech.
Shout out Meech again, man.
Of course.
But, we had the squad. The thing with us was, it makes no sense, but we was too good.
Who's your big man?
Me.
See, and this is I think you at that time too, you could play the 3. You didn't have no business being a 5. And that was always Woodland's problem. It's a small school, so people just think, he's big, make him a center. No.
Nah, me and Dre, me and Dre
make him a center. Anthony Davis ain't no center.
But we was on the wing too. We had that shit on the string. We could dribble, we could shoot, all that shit.
Shout out to Dre, got the scat.
Yeah, shout out to Dre
pulling that shit from the W on the other side. From the Falcon wing.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, we were too good to the point where when it came down to the playoffs, we would fall short because we would have moments where who would be Superman?
Right.
And we all would be like this, raise our hand. And so now it's like everybody playing,
Now it's hard to get a team. Yeah.
It's no, every other team that's great, they got a dude. They got, to bring us home. We all thought we could bring the team home, bring the chip home, So that was the thing. I think that was our downfall. But our team was
Did y'all go to the chip
crazy. Nah, we didn't.
Okay.
Lost to get there.
Yeah.
We lost to get there, you know what I'm saying? Around that time in our division, we had Eric Pascal and them, Dodger. Eric Pascal made it to the league.
He killed me too in the center.
Yeah. So, that timing was just different.
Yeah, it was beastly. It was still gangsters on the court.
Yeah. So, it was just, we fell short. We was, not seeing eye to eye with our coach and all of that. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
Listen, man, we was on TV about 3 or 4
Every
times.
Every Woodlands team was nice. That's one thing I can say. Every Woodlands team I saw was nice.
Yeah.
Whether chip or no chip was nice. But then we got to fast forward to 2014. Then them boys won the chip. Was that 2014?
2014, yep. 2014 and 2015. After we graduated, they won 2 back-to-back.
They won 2 back-to-back. That was
Abdullah, Najee, Jamil, Brandon, Ross, Pierre. I tell them all the time,
I give it to them.
I tell them all the time, y'all.
I still think we'd fuck y'all up on 7.
I think so too.
My
team too. I think so too.
Y'all too little.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all too little.
They were on JV when we was on varsity.
Right.
So I think all the fuck ups and everything we did wrong,
they picked up on
that shit and said, we not gonna do that.
Yeah.
The shit that we was doing, it's little shit. We stretching in practice. Dre got M&Ms in his hand and shit.
Y'all on the block with it, man. Y'all coming from the block. Jamil, he was a genius.
Yeah, most of them kids, most of them
smart guys.
They're smart guys, smart kids. They're good kids.
Oh man,
they weren't. They wasn't from the block.
But now they knew how to translate that energy to the court, because that was always my problem. Van Daven used to always say, "God damn it. You always running around fighting this, that, and the third. You get on the court and get knocked down by one of these little... It's hard to translate it. I wasn't the toughest on the court because it's different body structure. So, motherfuckers going up my chest and all that. When it's like, that was unheard of in real life.
Yeah.
But...
So, they was dogs at the same time.
Because one thing about them, they gotta be. Even when we played against them in the center, they took pride in coming at you, me, the same way y'all did. Yeah. You dog. There was a time when you dogged me too. You take pride in that. Yeah. It wasn't no hate. It's aspirations to want to be. You see, somebody you looked up to in front of you, it's like, let's kill.
Like us, we was a little like, damn, because when we saw them one, we was like, shit, that should have been us too.
I mean, us, of course, when you look at, like, because, like, naturally, the generations just get smaller. I just feel like we was man children. By the time we was 14 years old, we was already, you know, we already had man strength.
Already playing in men's leagues, all types of shit.
So these guys, you know, they just was physically smaller, but they did that. That was a legendary squad. I give it to them.
I say Williams from like
I love him.
2006, 7, around the time y'all was there, up until 2015 was like
it was the shit.
It was different.
And you could tell they was all from the bird because. Like I said, it's just a certain toughness. They was all tough. Ross, I love Ross. Ross one of my favorites. One of my favorite players on that team because he stayed in his lane. Yep. And he was just he was a beast. They only had like 2 brothers from Lambs on that team that I just had no clue who they was. You know. Yeah. But for the most part, you know, they was all homegrown. I knew Ab since he was a shorty. Brandon, come on, I remember when Brandon used to wear the goggles. Oh yeah, that was Lil Bill.
Yeah, too.
That's my boy Lil Bill or Franklin. That was our son, little bad little motherfucker. You know, Brandon, that was love. I like to see that. And Pete too. It hit different with Pete. So that's my young boy. All of them and everybody. I still think, like I said, 07, I kick y'all ass, and I think. You know, I think Shotty and them think that they kick our ass because I remember when they was winning chips. I'm outside for that. Shotty was the man.
If you're not having those type of discussions and conversations,
booze you on.
You wasn't on that.
I remember telling Ab like, yo, Shotty, because age, you know, I might not be informed that. Well, not me because I'm a student of history, so I remember like hearing about the Reboses, the J Robs, and Tilly. Shout out to Tilly. You know, them that bracket too. So I heard the story in all levels. But with that being said, before we get on to this pound thing, y'all know I'm thinking. I'm always coming up with something in my brain. I'm always cooking something up. I want to introduce the world to what I call the James Harden effect. And you know, I came up with the James Harden effect one day. I'm talking in code. I went to go see one of my flight attendants again. You know, they gave me a ticket. You know, I went for a little plane ride, and the wheels just got to turning. And even with him being on here, I feel like this is the perfect time for me to speak on this. That what the James Harden effect consists of is, if you pay attention to a guy like James Harden, I'm not like a max prep stats type of guy. I don't know how many how many turnovers a guy had in his career. I'm not that vested in it. But James Harden, from the surface, you know, he started off on the Thunder. Now, when he was with the Thunder, he was the he got a couple 6-mans. He wasn't, you know, that team was stationed behind Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. So now with James Harden, he always had the skill set to be a franchise superstar, Hall of Fame legend / all-star. He always had those qualities. But now, whatever reason on the Thunder, it might have been coaching or it might have been whatever it was, he took his talents to Houston and became that. It was hard for him to become everything he needed to become on the Thunder. He did it with the Rockets. So I just feel like us with our culture and our society, and I'm speaking for our people right now, we often, the KDs and the Russell Westbrooks of the world, you know, you should always know, if a man is your brother, such as like James Harden, that's your teammate. We know what he could do. We just know that's not his position on this team. But at any given Sunday, you got guys like that in practice cooking everybody. So, and as far as from James Harden, so we need to always recognize and acknowledge position. That don't mean a guy can't do something. That just means his role on this team is to do this in order to succeed. Now, when James Harden moved on, if I'm KD and Durant, if I'm KD and Westbrook, I'm applauding that because that's my brother. And I know his capabilities. So when he go over to the Rockets and just turn into one of the biggest phenoms we ever seen in basketball, you know, that's love. That's not shocking. But I say that to say, don't be afraid to branch off. You know, communication is key. People think because you got friends that you can't do anything separate. Everything's not a group project. Sometimes You might not have this level of reach over here. You might go over here and have that reach. If it's one team, then the people spreading out and doing great for themselves should be applauded. So, that's something I want to introduce, the James Harden effect. Don't be afraid to go where you appreciate it and make it happen. That's all. Don't judge the man for going over here. That's not him switching teams. That's just him living out his potential and turning his potential into reality.
That's literally what it is over here at the pound.
And that's why I said it. Because you'll get a lot of guys who, it's safe to say now at this point, people are just want to be on the pound. Everything they want to play. They just want a shirt. They want a spot on the bench. I got proud bench players. I never seen that in my life. I've never seen a guy proud to just sit there and be around, because a lot of these guys, they come with a certain level of attention, and they just in it for that. Yep. Don't be afraid to get up out here. Listen, y'all still my bros. I love y'all, but I have more of an impact over here, and there's nothing wrong with that. We need to start embracing guys who can be real with themselves.
So the infrastructure, it came about because shout out my boy Lil.
Shout out to Lil.
You know what I'm saying?
Lil on the grill.
When we was. I always tell people all the time, like when we won a chip or when we win big games and all of that, I look at Lil and I be like, Lil, they done fucked up letting us.
I love y'all chemistry too. You man. Y'all better not have a fallout. I'm saying this on camera. Y'all better not. You, him, Dre. Like if I had to be like, if I gained 40 pounds again, man, I'm bringing them. Y'all making this shit look cool. Y'all with that Ross Cali. Y'all energy is gold.
You know what I'm saying? You're making big niggas look good out here.
Y'all doing it. But anyway, back to what you were saying.
He's Portchester / Elmsford and all that. He got that connect over there.
For sure.
And I got Greenberg. Right. And I got I got a little touch in the city too. So it's like when we was putting teams together, it's like, damn man, if you break the roster down, it's like some is my guys, some is his guys. Yeah. And it's like if we were to split up, I told him once, I said, yo, we split up, I'll see you in the chip.
Yeah.
Because
easy.
The players he got and the players that come with me, either one of us, we still going to the chip. So,
how do y'all even work that out? Because the guys that y'all have on the bench are guys who've never seen the bench before in their life.
Never. So, the thing is,
that's tough.
I tell, that's damn near, this shit is like NBA negotiation
big
talk.
Time, for real.
Like, we tell players, certain players want to play for us who are stars on other teams.
Yeah. When
we played against them, they probably fucked around and almost gave us 30. But when they come to us, this is basically what I tell them. I tell them, yo, listen, you want to get 30, be dog-tired with an L, or you want to have 10 to 15 exciting-ass buckets with a win.
And if you carry yourself correctly, you might get a happy ending at
for sure. See, like that's the other thing, like
from the pound runs to pound town. The pound run your ass straight to pound town. You want to be Uber.
Nah, for real.
Fred Flintstone. That's
no. I think I say this. There's a lot of incentives with playing with us. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
it comes with a lot of perks.
It's a lot. So it's just like everything, all of those things combined. I guess guys be like, yo. Fuck it, yo. And then a lot of these dudes be tired of losing.
Yeah.
They be losing every year, putting up convincing MVP-like efforts, and they be losing because they don't got those extra 2 people next to them or something like that. On our team, the hardest position to play for us is if you a guard, it's almost impossible to be on our team. Because the 3 guards we got with Meach, Brandon, and Kylan.
Run through the roster.
So
real
Meach,
quick, I don't want to,
Meach, what I'm saying? Meach is just, he's 914's hero right now. He's the ticket. He's the face of the pound. Like, as far as our players, so we like to say, we like Rockefeller. Dre and Lil is like Biggs Burke, in the background, in the cut.
Biggs is.
We're a part of it, we're the heads of it, but we over here with it. Me, I'm like Ding. Yeah. I'm Ding Dash.
Like, personality.
I'm the personality. I'm the one on the cameras all the time. I'm popping my shit and doing that.
And that always been you, too.
Yeah.
You always had energy.
So, like, the players, from the players' perspective, a guy like Meach and all that, that's Hov to us.
Yeah.
Us losing Meach would be a big dent.
I'm going to keep Meach, I'm going to put it out there, bro, because I got a lot of friends in Mount Vernon, too. When you leave us, man, I don't know, man. We might get you on tape.
We got the real Death Row contracts, man. We got the real Death Row.
Come stay with us. We love you, Meach, man. Yeah.
So it's like, without Meach, we get flowers where it's due.
He's the energy.
Without Meach, it's really, all the things that come about with the pound as far as the players, doesn't come about without Meach. Yeah. Then, You know, he got Mount Vernon behind his back. Then we got Brandon. Brandon is our hero. He's the one with the torch right now in Greenberg.
It hit different. It hit different with B.
You know what I'm saying? So,
his whole life, and B.
Anybody from Greenberg that feels like they're a little slighted because they ain't been on the pound or they don't play for the pound. If you're from Greenberg, especially, you gotta get through Brandon first.
It's just business.
You know, it's business.
I watched Brandon cook some of everybody within the last 10 years.
That's why his nickname is a top guard, not 2 or 3.
You played yourself. You tried that Highland shit. You sprinkled Highlands in there.
Or you tried to keep Dre there.
You brought it back. You brought it home. Him, Allie. I was on that. Are they Tigers and Highlands?
I don't know. Probably, yeah.
I just know that gym don't got no fucking AC.
Hell yeah, hot ass gym.
God damn. Shout out to
camp was the worst. Oh my God. But nah, yeah. Then you know we got Kylan. Kylan is from Elmsford. You know,
that's the light-skinned
one.
Yeah.
You know, he can shoot baby Trae Young. Shoot that shit from deep. He's a thinker, high IQ. He's the only guy on our team that's a pro.
Oh, he's overseas.
Yeah, he's the only one on our team that's a pro. See, like when everyone look at our team, they probably think, "Oh, Fred getting all these overseas." Now we only got one.
Yeah,
and we only got one. And we only got one D1 dude too, and that's Beach.
Yeah.
So you know, it's just he's the one where if the game is tight, we're gonna probably give him the ball.
Yeah, he's smart too.
He's very
He attacks. I've been watching him play his whole life too, since his father was refereeing and shit like that.
Very smart. Then you know we got PJ Torres from New Rochelle. You know what I'm saying? 914 legend.
Oh yeah, big time.
You know we got this shit, man. I want to cry when I think about this shit. PJ been off the basketball grid for about 5 years.
I brought him back,
and we brought him back.
I brought him back.
You know what I'm saying? And he got in shape within 3 games. And by the 4th game, when he started talking shit again, I say, yup, he's back for good. You know,
that's his thing. PJ gonna talk to you. He's whoop, 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 PJ, he's an animal. Him and what's the other son name? That we just was talking about? That's overseas. I played overseas. The man who you said at the game, we just said his name. What is his name? Who he on your team? Meech.
Colin. Yep, Colin.
They turn dark skin on the court. They not with that light skin. They not with none of that. You know, animals. Give him the rock. He's one of the best finishers I think I ever seen. As far as when he gets to the cup.
His forearms are strong as shit. Like, you know, he get through contact.
Like Jesus gave him his forearms.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, bringing that element back. I love that element from a standpoint of I love seeing him back in his element. I love seeing him with a trophy in his hand again.
He's a legend on Ferris too.
You know, I promised it to him before he came. I said, yo, P, you come back, you gonna win a chip, my nigga. We gonna get you a chip. And he was supposed to go away with his shorty. They were supposed to go away on the island. And his shorty gave up the trip. Paid for and everything already. She gave up the trip.
Put a ring on it.
She said, Fred.
Ain't doing that.
She said, Fred, I gave up my chip. Y'all better win this shit.
You got one. You got one, my dude.
So he got that one. And then, you know, New Rochelle, seeing New Row behind our bench, behind him, was like everything. Because, you know, that void of 4 to 5 years in basketball,
it's a lot.
It's a lot of time.
You're an old man after that.
Yeah, a lot of time. So, like, for them to come back and see PJ back on his throne, that shit, that was everything.
And lift their city up. He from Lincoln too. He from the side. Shout out to the whole New World, the Hollow, City Park. I got loved ones everywhere.
Shout out LA boys.
But, you know, Lincoln Park. Lincoln got a lot of significance with them when it comes to New World. You know, that strip I think run through Mount Vernon. Lincoln special.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So we got we got a mix of everybody. You know, my favorite white boy, man, my boy Harrison. He played for us. He from Putnam Valley, the one that could dunk and shoot and shit like that.
I'm not. It's not clear.
Different. He's just
Tommy Egan status.
Yeah, he's different, bro. Like he's everything, man. You know, like that's one of Lil's guys. You know what I'm saying? So like I met him through Lil, and I'm like, oh shit, yo, he's nice.
That's why it's important for the team.
Yeah,
man. Everybody play their role.
Everybody play their role on the pound, and then you know we got Ian. Ian is from, I think he's from the Bronx. But he's the only city guy on our team. Everybody else from Westchester. He's the only city guy. Everybody.
Listen, we don't gotta specify nothing for these people. I've been around 20 years, so I remember, you know, some of everybody getting some of everybody. I remember KO's teams, Jay Lee's teams, my man E.
I think
I seen them all.
Was the first year in Ferris that I seen the chip game had no veterans.
Yeah, now them dudes, you know, I think they figured it out. Yeah. I think they said, you know what, we gonna go golf, we gonna go do some shit that's safe. You know, we ain't coming over here for bro, and now you got the internet, man, Instagram, and so leading up to Ferris, I can say the pound played a huge part in restoring. Shout out to Oop. You know, I seen, you know, y'all did a nice interview, a nice piece with him. And that was so necessary because when you think about the pound, I remember when the whole thing started to correlate. It started with, you know, so I got to shout out Dink. I bought the lives, you know. You bought entertainment, entertainment value in those pictures with the drones, you know, that energy, shout out to Walt with the fire truck. The energy, that was pound energy. And you the CEO, so that was Greenberg energy, man.
You know, so it was like, even
You're welcome.
Yeah, even the fire truck shit, that shit was so spontaneous.
That was no limit status. I ain't seen a fire truck in a setting like that since make him say,
Nigga, Walt said,
that was 98.
Walt said, yo,
y'all wasn't even born.
Pull up.
Yeah.
I got the truck for y'all. Pull up. Yeah. We got on that shit, and I'm on top of the truck. Everybody turned around looking like, oh shit. I'm on the top of the truck, and I whispered to Colin and them. I said, yo, we better win this fucking game.
It's time.
We gotta win this game.
It's moments like that I appreciate because, you know, now I'm a father. So, you know, my son was up there. He got a chance to really experience that, and he loved every moment. This was his first summer, you know, having recollection of Ferris. So, you know, I know how important tournaments like that is for our community and our culture.
Do this shit for the kids, man, for real.
Back in our day, a game that lit, you know, somebody might have got stabbed, somebody might have got shot, somebody might have got knocked out. No violence.
Nothing. Not even an argument, not a fight, not nothing. And
the temperatures was high. You know, it was hot.
It was Ferris duel out there too. A lot of niggas won a lot of money this summer.
Ferris duel.
Ferris duel.
I like that.
Ferris duel was crazy.
Ooh, I'm glad I ain't come up with that.
Niggas was coming up to us like, yo, what's the spread?
Yeah,
like, yo, it was crazy, man. Yo, this summer was wild. Like, we knew it could happen. You know, I think that's just like I said earlier, when I was talking, the background of my step pops. Seeing what Fat Joe and Terror Squad did at Ruck, I said, nah, we gotta pull some shit off like that.
Those Fat Joe, they serious guys.
Yeah.
That's a serious campaign. You know, Joe and them, like I'm a student in history throughout the whole New York. Those some serious guys. And see, back in those days, you know, Rucker Park, metal detectors, and you gotta walk through some shit. You know what I mean? You gotta know somebody to get that thing up in there. So, you know, I'm just happy watching you become, you know, that next big coach, because like I said, Kev Edgar had a wave before me, and I can honestly say you the heir to the throne as far as, you know, coaching and championships, and you work at a school too, coaching, right?
Yeah.
Let us know.
I coach at Irvington High School.
You punched Irvington, by the way. Shout out to Irvington.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out my boy Allie went to Irvington.
So went to Irvington.
Irv, dog. We ain't, you know, he just went to school in Irvington.
So, you know, like that, you know, being under my guy, Dave Boykin, shout out D.
Legend.
He's a legend, you know what I'm saying? Being under him, that's like a big brother
Dave
to me.
fathered a lot of your favorite basketball players.
Word up.
Fact.
Word up. You know what I'm saying? Being under a guy like that, you know, it helps season me, you know, as a coach.
Got to.
And even being around my guys, you know what I'm saying? Lil, he coached at Hamilton.
Yeah.
You know,
shout
being around them.
Shout out to Cuz O'Keefe.
You know what I'm saying? Word. Shout out to Keith. You know what I'm saying? Like being around those type of guys, I'm learning shit every day. Like every day I'm learning shit. Like I feel like this upcoming summer, I'm gonna be a better coach just because of being around these guys. Like last year, I was kind of, you know, like little.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just like,
around.
you know what I'm saying? I was my campaign was on. It was on 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So this summer, you know, I kind of get to sit back now and just really start to coach a little bit more. But Lil's he the real coach, man. Like
Lil,
he's the real coach. You know what I'm saying?
Lil's solid, man. Lil, you need guys like Lil who's not trying to be all up in the light, guys who's just behind the scenes handling business.
You know what I'm saying? Like me, I tell them all the time, like, yo, you gotta get in the camera and be like, nah, yo, that's you.
Yeah, that's your thing. And crazy thing, y'all don't know, Lil could do that shit.
He could do that shit.
Got personality too. But like one of the guys, I don't know which one of the guys told me this, just because you can do something don't always mean that you should. You might be good at something, but you might be great at something else. So whoever's great, if it's a team, we can all do the same things, but let's find different.
And he's the best trainer too. You tell your kids, come and live, man. He's starting up in a little while, man, about a week or two or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Best trainer out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got all the dynamics over here. You know, we got people from different areas, you know, and we got the youthful spirit. You know what I'm saying? No one on our team is over 30, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We young and we doing it.
They're doing it. Big doing it. Shout out to them guys.
I tell people all the time, you know, like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We do this shit for the kids, man.
Yeah.
Truthfully, because it's like with us working in the school districts, coaching in the school districts.
Kids love y'all.
You know, the kids love us, but we try to tell them all the time. It's like, yo, we doing this for y'all because I see the void. I seen the void.
The connection between
the connection. Yeah. We trying to bridge the gap because they need that, and we don't want to. You know, I'm glad we young. We still in our 20s. So that they can understand that we still relate still.
Absolutely.
It don't look like a 50, 60-year-old, you know, trying to tell them something, you know. And they're like, yeah, whatever, shut up, grandpa. Nah, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's big brother status. So it's just like, it come off different.
And y'all qualify. Like I said, you man, listen, you was a D1 prospect your whole life. Yep. I could say that. You was a beast. Everybody knows that countywide. You stepped on court with the gentleman.
Stay in school, man. Get good grades.
Hove do that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. You know, just chill.
Grades, please.
You know, it's a different campaign, and this is good that learn from him. Part of being a mentor, you got to be accountable. When you know you made wrong turns or you didn't do what you need to do, now I'm gonna fill you in so you can skip that step. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goal. Because a lot of times with mentorship, as I can say, you a mentor. To a lot of youth, even guys older than you, they ain't gonna never say it, but they look up to you too. You gotta be accountable as a mentor because the last thing you want a person to do is feel like you think you're better, even though we're not all the same. That's first and foremost. America got us thinking, we're all equal. We all have equal opportunity. That don't mean, some people are greater than others naturally. It's just a part of life. It's okay. Focus on being great yourself. Don't worry about who's greater than you. Worry about ways you can make yourself great. Because like I said, we are all not the same. That's why we don't all live the same lives. We don't all obtain the same. We don't obtain the same thing. Obtain the same things. We're not. It's a lot of. We're different. Yeah, that's okay.
Because me, I don't think I'm better than what I am, and I'll never ever think less of myself than what I am.
I can sip the coffee on camera, or they ain't gonna flag me. I'm a Dunkin'
But like me,
for a check.
I know my worth. I know I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the work gonna speak, bro. I've never seen, I ain't gonna say I've never. It's been a long time since I seen Ferris floor seats. Yeah. And some of you guys was doing the most for the Ferris floor seats.
Niggas was climbing gates.
Unbelievable. Some of the behaviors that I seen man do for some Ferris floor seats. Watch this hand.
Yo.
Ferris floor seats. You guys was not carrying yourself accordingly.
The championship especially was crazy. Like,
and shout out to that panel because you had the guys over at EYL. Mm-hmm. They diked me. They first got Shotty done won chips up there. That's what y'all don't know. These guys just didn't wake up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna talk about stocks." These was guys. How you think we met these guys on the land? Troy got one of the ugliest jump shots I ever seen, but he'll pull that shit from the sea. Mm-hmm. If you know the center, the TDY.
The C is far back.
He's the second C. Troy, that shit's in there. It's spent baseline. You know what I'm saying? Phil Collins, sick. He ain't getting the game. He's throwing the basketball. Mikey trying to calm him down. This is the days that molded me into who I am. I remember these days, Game on like Courtney. I don't know. Courtney was a baller. Yeah. Courtney could shoot his ass off, go to the rack. Big man. LeWan, spin. Oh, damn. Who else? You just got me in my bag, my 05 bag one time. So, like I said, when you see these guys Kiss coming out, he know Meech first, middle, last name basis at this point. He probably got a picture of Meech's Social Security. You know what I'm saying? He's a fan. The pound really brought the wave back up there to Westchester, White Plains, the area directly next to where I grew up. That was amazing.
The illest shit was seeing Rod Strickland sitting next to our bench.
I didn't even know that.
That was on the chip game.
See, now, their games be so much going on. The game might be the last priority sometimes. It's all kind of, adult activities up there. And it's kid-friendly, too. Yeah. It was just a time. It was a time.
Mixed players was there. Jericho Sims, people that, they was there.
They know.
This year was crazy.
We bringing ESPN out this year.
We gotta do something, man. We gotta keep expanding it. They gotta keep growing.
What's the plans? The pound this year. What y'all got going on? As far as anything different, or
the promo is gonna be a little better this year, even more better.
Right.
I was posting little pictures, pregame, show up to the game day pictures and shit like that. But we're gonna have people on top of that this summer. We're gonna have people documenting us more this summer because we want to do a little documentary. Because when it's all said and done, a lot of people gonna be able to say from different areas, I played for the Pound. I went to the Pound runs.
The Pound is a brand in itself.
Yeah.
Bro. That's a franchise. That's a franchise for our area. So
So like basketball wise, we coming back for domination again. We lost only one game. We trying to go undefeated. We trying to go undefeated. We don't want to lose. And even that, that
guys are
loss,
recruiting now.
That shit. Yeah, they're
guys
already
is
negotiations already.
I'm talking about thousands is being spent on making these teams nowadays.
Yes,
so raise your price if you're not with the Pound. Bump your price up if you're nice, because somebody gonna grab you.
Because I'm gonna be real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like we say this joke all the time. And I think it's a testament to us who we are. We don't pay none of our players.
It's off the love.
It's off the love.
It's organic.
It's organic.
No preservatives.
Everybody, other teams, they paying these dudes to come out there. They paying for Ubers from the city and all types of shit, to beat us. And we doing this shit off the strength. It's like everybody got love for each other. We all
see
know
my face, man. Tighten up, man. I'm not paying nobody nothing but a little bit of mine. Yeah. I'm not paying that motherfucker to come beat the Pound.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's the extraordinary lens. Even the one game we
y'all
lost.
Should be ashamed. Which camera's mine? Y'all should be ashamed of yourself, man. Oh.
Yeah. Yo, the Uber account was crazy this summer, man. It was crazy. Oh, you gotta move back a little bit.
Y'all should be a fucking ashamed of yourself, man. Paying for the Uber?
Yeah.
Pay for your baby mom's Uber, man. Cause I'm not. Paying for the Uber, though, I had to get up and look y'all in the eyes one time. Paying for the Uber,
the shit was crazy at the end of the day.
Yikes! Man. And if you did that, you see me up there, don't sneak me. Be like, yeah, you was talking about me, and then you know my thing.
This is what we pay our players right here.
Yeah.
This is what they got.
Yeah.
They get these. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this shit is.
Gotta take a nigga eye.
Yeah, this shit is kind of crazy.
Damn. Oop did that?
Yeah, he did his thing this summer, man. This shit was.
I know, like I said, bro, don't do my boy like Hanoma from Power Book just did, the white girl with the Mecca Monet Tejada shit, man. Leave my boy alone. That's different. You wear that a lot?
Now you know what's crazy? When we first went, I couldn't take the shit off. Nigga, I was in Cantina with the shit.
That shit was right here on his hat, nigga.
We brought the trophy. We brought the trophy into Cantina. Ooh. To all the spots we was at.
The trophy?
This nigga.
The seatbelt, the trophy get the front seat. Trophy got shot.
Dre was in Queens last night with the shit on. This shit was, you know what I'm saying?
Be careful, Dre. Be careful, my boy. Please.
You know, we moved military.
Taking about 45 minutes to get out there, my boy, until he hit me up. Yo, what's up?
I got the guys out there. We
you know how to move. One thing about you, like, yeah, we going, you know.
Yeah, we be chilling.
Federal.
Just don't poke us. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Pause. You know what I mean? Leave us alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's. Now we're doing the high school now, you know what I'm saying? The Pound High School team at Ferris. So we're gonna take that shit to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing some sponsors.
Yeah.
It's jumping on board. You know
yeah, I know, like I said, y'all definitely, man, EYL, they was talking about y'all having, those some good friends of mine.
Yeah, shout out to EYL.
All of them. I don't really like even referring to them as EYL. Those are the guys.
Yeah, those are homies, yeah.
Well, I knew these guys forever.
You know what I'm saying?
Those are my boys. All of them. Yeah, I was about to say something. Okay. One thing I noticed too, the center, man.
Yeah.
So, over the course of the year, shout out to my boy Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, he's on his Leewood flow right now. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm saying I just want to put that message out. Let's up the ante on the center. Let's stop treating the center like Mighty Tots. It's hard to even go in the games there for me, even being from there, because it's like I'm not interested. It's like y'all going to the Elks Lodge and y'all picking up teams at every lodge in every different part of the county. I'm seeing guys who, referee, Steve getting his referee buddies. Oh, you get a team. Mm-hmm. It's like, gee, like my son to come down there and get an easy 6-piece.
Nah, so like,
what y'all doing?
Even with that, we trying to restore the film with that. They
listen, the center don't carry it accordingly. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even, because that, y'all could probably, win the chip there with only using the left hand.
So like, even with that,
The B team, Pal B team.
Yo, literally, we be saying shit like that. We be like, yo.
No disrespect. Listen, I took James Harden effect. Look at James Harden. He would have been on the OKC B team.
Right.
He went to the Rockets, and we know what he did here in Philly now. Right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I think he hurt.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we had the Center championship game the day after Ferris. So you know niggas was not coming to that game.
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was hungover, you know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to
after party and all that.
That was spades,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The gold bottle.
We had the gold bottle on
I
top
wouldn't even hear a nigga with an ace of spades. We taking this home.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, we was hungover. You know, I had the youngins play that game. You know what I'm saying? We lost by a couple of points, but our young niggas.
The high school team, you might have to make the men's B team.
Nah, for real. No funny shit. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. The high school team that we got for Ferris coming, they probably could have beat 2 to 3 men's teams.
And I'm not taking nothing away from the center. You know, I love the center. You know, I'm my earliest memories is in the center, like being born.
You just want the feeling.
It's just not that. Like I said, it starts with, you know, the staff is great. I'm pretty sure they're putting up astronomical numbers. I'm pretty sure Paul Feiner gave everybody in the center a raise.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, we can't forget about the community. We can't forget about and listen, change, growth, I understand it comes. We can't forget about why the center was built. So that's really why, you know, my attention don't be on the center. Like I said, you know, you got guys like Chef Alamine who got to like depot his way to get a slot in there. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I walk in there and see Sally Mae cooking. What the fuck
it's crazy, bro.
What the fuck is this?
We bringing everything back though. You know, they hired us. You know what I'm saying? Our price was our price.
That Dave, because Dave is still got his feet. And Dave,
for sure,
he got that background. You know, I got me and Dave relate a lot. Me and Dave, good friend of mine.
So we're gonna do a couple of things to get the Summer League jumping again at the center.
Please do.
We got to, man. You know what I'm saying? It can't be like Ferris, because Ferris is outside.
Ferris is just a different energy. Even though, like I said, back when, you know, Shotty, Troy, and them was playing Spence, George Langhorne, Lenny Sweeney. You know, Head had his basketball team. He would go get the White Plains guys, the Washington brothers, Boo Boo, Jay Holmes. You know, so it was some legendary nights in that center. I'm not gonna ever. You know, you get guys like Jomo, Rasul.
Yeah.
You know, I remember every different lane. It was nice.
Before we jumped in the joint, you know what I'm saying? Like my pops and the Mo Black.
I remember playing against them, man, and they kicked our ass.
Yeah, they was winning. I was like,
what was the little guard's name? Little Black.
I'll
He's
be right
a grown
back.
ass man, so let me tighten up.
I'll be right back.
Short, yeah.
I'll be right back.
We had nobody for him. I don't want to get into names.
Legend, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody can stand in front of that guy.
So it was like, we seen that, and I'm like, you know what? For the team and this shit. For the team, we won 2 years back to back. I was like,
he was on op time too. I was not feeling Fred. I'm gonna give him a look. They was fucking us up. He over there to sound like, yeah. And I'm just looking for a way out of this.
So you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that was the day.
Yeah, man. You know, so it was just like, but you know, even like you were saying about the turnover effect, you know, it's like those 2 summers and then the summer or so after, it just started getting lackluster.
Yeah, I'm blaming Steve, man, on camera. Steve, it's your fault, cuz. Let's come back home, man.
Yeah,
motherfuckers getting all kind of promotions and losing the field. And Boston was still here, you already fucking know.
You know
so let's get it. Let's get our league back. Let's get our Jazz Fest back. I don't know who y'all got to clear it with. Give him my number, man. Let them know what's going on. You know, we got to get our town back because I enjoy it. Because Ferris, I get a certain sensation. When y'all won, if y'all would have won in the center, it would have been great, but it's like y'all won in the center.
Yeah, it's home. Yeah, we did
Ferris is a different level of pride because not too many. I think the last time we won a chip on Ferris might have been like Shotty and them, I believe. And then I watched them lose up there too. You know, J-Rob, that's my boy.
You know, when I was there, I was
playing Jeff, they get real oppy when they got a referee against the town. And I love y'all because you know they did things, but you know they turn into Hitler when it come to us. But you know, I definitely bought it back. Positive, you're bringing positivity back. I'm
the structure of the team, though, I got that shit honestly from Jay Lee. You know,
Jay Lee's. Jay Lee, like I said, look at who he comes from. That stop. He comes from. That's Coach Lee.
Because Jay Lee, because it's
like he's a wizard.
He done trained everybody, especially if you're from White Plains. Yeah. But he don't give a fuck. He is not gonna put you on the team if he feel like it's not the right. He'll go get niggas from elsewhere in a second.
Jay Lee don't discriminate. I watch and Jay Lee, like me watching him over since I was young. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't like, you know, big bro, little bro, but I seen him. He's very, very passionate.
Yeah.
Like you can tell, like he's walking on the court with you. He's very passionate. And his son is a beast too. Yeah.
Jay Lee try to grab jerseys, all types of shit. He be tweaking. You could have played with Jay Lee.
I would have never played on the White Plains team. Period.
I don't know.
No disrespect, unless it was probably somebody like KO, because like I said, Jay Lee's older than me, but. Yeah, he like.
Well, the crazy thing is,
he's like KO. I could have respected it. Somebody 5 years older than me put their hands on me.
The crazy thing back then when we was playing, there was no Greenberg team back then. Greenberg didn't have a team.
We fell off the map. Haas. I don't remember Benji having a team on Ferris. Nah. He was a high school guy. That was Haas. Haas always had, but then that was high school too. Damn.
Yeah, we ain't have a team.
Kev Edgar. Who the hell was Greenberg? I think. Help me out, JT.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember.
Maybe just Kev Edgar. I don't remember. And then us, we had teams up there. Courtney too. Courtney, because Courtney was playing too, bro. Yeah, I remember when these guys was active. It was nice. Courtney got one of the best jump shots in Greenberg.
I don't remember who the coach was.
Damn. So you're right. So you had no choice. Yeah. But see,
had no choice to kind of venture
that's the difference between us and them. Like none of the guys. And I wasn't really balling back then, like summer league at all. But like I don't see like tails. Like my peers would have, call it what you want. They would have never played on. It wasn't really safe. It was
it wasn't safe anyway.
It was a problem on White Plains. White Plains wasn't sweet. Like
that's a fact.
It wasn't no cakewalk. So back in them days, it was a little bit. Back in our day at Ferris, motherfuckers is on a mezzanine screaming out Wingberg. So just to be up there was just amazing to see like how things change. And I like it. I'm not a fan of controversy. I'm not slighted by going through what I went through because I feel like in order for me to be who I needed to be, I needed to go through those things. But if there's a way you cannot go through that and be successful, by all means do it. I'm not the guy that wants to look down on guys who's not in the street.
Yep.
I look down on the guys who can't get out of the street. Exactly. To act like that's it. So don't feel inferior because you don't have a street diploma. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Just don't act like it. That's all. I'm not against not having it, just don't act like you got it. Leave it alone.
That's why it's sidewalks.
Hoes do that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that.
That's why it's sidewalks. Everybody not made for that shit, for that street shit.
That's all. It's not for everybody. And it's like I said, it's nothing. When you look at it like, while y'all was doing that, I was getting degrees. Then everybody got to win somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to win in life. So, yeah, man, I think we're going to wrap it up. We getting ready to have a real GBA. It's gonna be a Greenberg summer as usual. We back. One thing I can say is all the generations is in tune. So you got GBA, our family. The Pound is our family. EYL is our family.
The umbrella is there.
We all one banner. Shout out to Ab. Anytime I need something, he check the email. Everybody's doing their part. And
shout out Nick Cregan.
Shout out to Nick Cregan. That's my brother. Everybody. Because like I said, EYL. They're not gonna be able to reach everybody. It's language barriers. I told y'all that. It's some people need things to be translated. So we gonna do our thing. And I don't like to say up here and down here. EYL's doing their thing over there. The Pound is doing their thing over here. GBA doing our thing over there. Everybody else in the town, everybody's doing their thing. We gonna all come together. We gonna shut the center down, man. Excuse me, the summer. From Ferris to whatever we got going on, the Dykeman.
Big Greenberg. It's cool to be from Greenberg.
And one message I'm gonna send it to the Pound is I hope y'all ready because I'm somebody that been involved in some of the negative activities at Rucker Park and Dykeman in these areas. It's a different ball game down there, man. Don't go down there tucking your tail. Don't worry about nothing. Focus on the game. It's a lot more hostile. It's a little bit different. Highlands up there.
You know
what to do. Yeah, you know I'm saying as far as guys coming in attendance, don't get over there and be on Fallback Boulevard and sitting in the corner with your nutcracker. So I'm on the gig. I'm me everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? We don't code switch.
Nah. We the Pound. This is how we rocking.
You know what I'm saying? Hottest thing in town.
That's it. Yo, Nothing's Normal podcast. Episode was fire. I enjoyed myself. Let's get ready, man, because it's not just a summer thing. He took over he did Pound runs all through the winter.
The Pound Invitational coming, high school all-star game.
Okay.
It's coming next month, man.
It never stops. What else y'all doing? Y'all doing the pound Chick-fil-A too?
No, we doing, you know what I'm saying? Oh, in the summertime, you know what I'm saying?
Got going on.
Summertime, you know, we bring the vibes back to pound cookout, you know what I'm saying? Block party.
Yeah, you know always did cookouts and shit. I said,
Yeah,
this guy did like on that wave since a kid.
You know what I'm saying? The Bound Block Party. We got the Poundville. You know, you ever heard of Lou Willville shit?
Of course.
The pool parties and shit. So
Lou Willville. Yeah, you heard about it. Of course. I'm fucking ready to be one of them.
The Poundville Mansion pool party coming this summer too. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing a lot of shit, man. We got a lot to celebrate.
Yikes.
A lot to celebrate.
We're going to talk about that off, kid.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, amen. Say amen. Love.
Hey, my boy. Thanks.
Cut.